Yet we have Christians today that want to stand up for Jews and say we have Judeo-Christian values and that we share the same Father and that the Jews are special, they're chosen. Let's have Israeli flags in our churches. Let's bring up rabbis. You know what you're doing? You're partaking with people who worship the devil. So why in the hell would I ever have a flag in here that represents worshiping Satan? Verse number 43. Why do you not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Jesus Christ plainly states, while preaching to the Jews, that they are of their father, the devil. Guess what Judaism is today? It is a worship of Satan. It is a worship of the devil. Yet we have Christians today that want to stand up for Jews and say we have Judeo-Christian values and that we share the same Father and that the Jews are special. They're
mission peace. They want war. I already know these people won't change. They'll never change, so it's okay. God has the last say so. It's just that when I speak, I don't speak for them. I used to, when you're trying to bring out the truth, but my goal is not just to only bring out the truth, but also to speak with the righteous one, with the chosen one of God, right? This is not about racism, but we are going under severely ongoing pain and punishment, most of the time for no reason. I understand that our people is not outright up here, right? Some of us, right? Because due to the fact that we were put inside of a maze, right? Inside of a maze for us not to grow, for us not to be sovereign, right? As a people of old. We got people on top of us that's day and night, they always got to do something to us, right? So it's always evil stuff going on to us. And when you're trying to point it out, nobody wants to listen. No one's going to cry for us. No one's going to save us. That's okay. Because we here to endure. We here to pay for our past sins, which was when Moses came down that mountain and God gave us laws to follow. We didn't want to. We wanted to follow the other nations, right? Because we were sacrificing our kids to the image of Baal, right? I think it was a golden calf, a golden calf, a cow. So we were sacrificing in the name of that, right? So God didn't like that because we were acting like these other nations, right? Because they're godless. Look what they're doing, right? Non-stop wars. So
in the United States, gas, as they call it, is $6 a barrel. In some places, it's $9 a barrel. You cannot sustain this. And the European and Asian economies cannot sustain it either, except the Chinese economy, which of course is getting all the oil it needs from Iran by land, by train, and is in clover. The truth is, it's you who needs a settlement of a war you should never have started, and everybody knows it. Anybody who is sentient in the United States knows that you made the biggest mistake of your life with that sneak attack. And everybody who is sentient knows that you did it under the orders of Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, it might be that you really love the guy, though the rest of us have never seen anything remotely lovable.
Specifically what your ancestor did, I don't know what mine did. No, I mean, we do know, right? We broke God's law. But specific sins, who knows, right? We didn't know who was what, who was sacrificing who, kids, who was murdering who back in the days, right? So we all here for a good time, not for a long. With that being said, I would say for us to get out of this, for us not to be punished, for us to grow in faith, for us, for the world to not look at us as vagabond, we have to follow the commandment of God, right? Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, all that good stuff. Believe it or not, it goes a long way. So if we was doing all that, these other nations would have never messed with us, right? Even if they did, we would have been on the righteous. So we always would have been a murder. But the fact that we fall for their lies, I was young once. I used to do stuff, so yeah. But I changed my ways, you know, so it's up to the other people to follow. Anyway, God is watching.
What is the future for Israel? What is it? Given it's now completely exposed as an utterly belligerent state, which cannot survive without perpetual war. It cannot. Now, how on earth can you imagine a future for its people with this way of life? Unless they accept at some point that they are actually like other people and they must settle down and stop fighting other people and killing them. Unless they accept that, I don't see any future for them at all.